Good day. This sheet has been posted online, and so it's not part of your package, but it's to help you with the Purple Stuff Lab. This is a made-up sample controlled experiment, so the data is just concocted, but it's to try to give you an idea of what it means when we use the term controlled experiment in science. So we've come up with an interesting lab where we want to see how well different objects bounce. Will things bounce a great distance or a short distance? So our procedure is we take the object to be tested and we hold it exactly 1 meter above a concrete floor. The object is released, we don't throw it down, we just let it go, and the object hits the ground and then bounces back and rises. And we simply measure how far it rises. So that's the procedure. The materials we're going to test are going to range from a super ball, all the way down to a bowling ball. Now, what we want to be finding out is what's the difference between these balls, really in the sense of their elasticity. So that means we want every other factor to be kept the same. So if we have things that have different elasticity and they bounce to different heights, then we can blame it on the elasticity. So let's look at our controlled factors. Well, we're going to bounce them off the same type of surface, in this case a concrete floor. We're not going to drop a super ball onto a flat part of dirt and the basketball, put it onto a wood floor, and then the soccer ball, dropping it onto grass. Everything's going to be dropped onto a concrete floor. So the concrete floor is an example of a controlled factor. It's kept the same throughout. We're going to drop them from the same height. Basically, it's almost like fairness. So they're all going to be dropped from 1 meter. We're not going to drop the golf ball from 10 meters and cannonball from 50 meters. I don't know how eyeball got in there. Anyways, so they're dropped from the same height. The temperature, the air is going to be the same. We're going to do it at the same time. The air pressure. And all of these objects are going to be spheres. Now, some factors we likely haven't controlled for will be the mass of the object. These things may have different masses, and they may have different diameters. And so someone might look at our results and they might question the mass and the diameter. They might want to do an experiment on that, and that would certainly be worthwhile. So here's what our data might look like. And we assume super ball was dropped from 100 centimeters and came back to 85, whereas our cannonball was dropped from 100 centimeters and only came up to 3. So that's our controlled experiment. We tried to keep every factor constant except for the material, and we were studying the elasticity of it. Now you say, how does this relate to the Purple Stuff experiment? Well, in the Purple Stuff experiment, what we're trying there is we want to see how water at different temperatures behaves. So our controlled factors there are, we're going to use the same size beaker, we're going to use the same amount of water in each, we're going to put the same amount of powder in each, and we're going to time it exactly 1 minute later. Those are 4 examples of controlled factors. So what we want is the only factor that might cause a change in how the purple stuff spreads would be the temperature of the water. So you can use this video and hopefully it will help you answer some of the questions in the Purple Stuff Lab.